friends. Welcome to another home edition of Faith Formation. And today we're coming to you from Evan's room. Can anybody see his name? There's an E-V-A-N. It spells Evan. Do you have a special room at home? What are some things that make your room special at home? What's some of your favorite things in your room? This week in our Bible story, we meet a mommy named Hannah who prayed really hard to have a baby. And when she had a baby, she named him Samuel. You can find the story in your Spark Story Bible on page 118. We're going to read the story in the Frolic Bible this week. If you open it up to the page that says Hannah and Samuel, you will find the story that says Hannah prayed for a baby. She made a promise to God, if you give me a baby, I will teach him to serve you. And God answered Hannah's prayer. Do you see the baby? She named him Samuel. And one day, when Samuel was a baby, he woke up suddenly. God said, Samuel. And Samuel said, Speak, Lord, I am listening. As Samuel grew up, he served God. Do you know that you were a baby too once? Evan, do you know that you were a baby once?
Yeah.
And before you were a baby, Mommy prayed for you. And when Mommy learned that she was going to have Evan, she was super excited. Evan, what is your full name?
Evan Michael Hoffman.
Yeah. Do you know your full name? We picked the name Evan because it means God is gracious. We picked the name Michael because that's my dad's name. Do you know that that's Papa's name?
Yeah.
And Hoffman is our last name. Do you know why your grown-ups picked your name? Do you know what your name means? Have some fun this week talking about your name, why it's special, and what does it mean? And maybe do you know how to spell it? Evan, do you know how to spell your name? How do you spell it?
E-V-A-N, like that.
Yeah, E-V-A-N. And another fun activity you could do is ask your grown-ups about when you were a baby or before you were born. Maybe your mommies and dads kept a special box. Guess what, Evan? I kept a special box. In Evan's memory box, I've kept a lot of fun things. Evan, you haven't looked at this for a while. This was your very first onesie. Look what's spelled on it.
E-V-A-N.
Yeah.
But there's some cups.
Yeah, this was one of your favorite bottles. It has a...
Yeah. A pumpkin.
Yeah.
And these are my favorites.
Yeah. So have some fun talking about memories of when you were a baby, maybe looking stuff up and talking about your name. If you remember in her Bible story today, Hannah prayed that if God gave her a child, she would raise that child to love God and to serve him, to help people when they were in need. Right? Yeah. So we're going to sing the song we've been singing, and today we're going to sing a new verse. If you remember in the Bible story, God called out to Samuel. He said, Samuel. Do you remember?
Yeah.
God calls out to you. He says, Evan, Miss Renee, and lets us know when we can help others. So we're going to pretend like we have a telephone. Can you pretend like you have a telephone? No. Can you do this? Can you pretend like you have a telephone? All right. So we're going to say, God's love is like a telephone. God's love is like a telephone. God's love is like a telephone. And he calls us to help those in need. So we're going to sing all the verses together. God's love is like a blanket. God's love is like a blanket. God's love is like a blanket. 'Cause I know he covers me. Woo! God's love is like a leaf pile. God's love is like a leaf pile. God's love is like a leaf pile. 'Cause I know he'll never leave me. God's love is like a grown-up. God's love is like a grown-up. God's love is like a grown-up. Because he wants the best for me. And the new one, God's love is like a telephone. God's love is like a telephone. God's love is like a telephone. He calls me to help those in need. Well, thanks so much for joining us this week, friends. I hope you have some fun talking about baby memories and why everyone in your family is so special. And talk about ways that you can pray for each other to hear God calling to help those in need. Have a good week, friends. Bye. Say bye, friends.
Bye.